You ever just touch a part of your body and it hurts for some reason? Oh. That's a bad way to start. Forget I said that. I just... Cold War. The third episode of this season of Doctor Who. How to describe it? Name every cliche that you've ever seen in an action or science fiction movie right off the top of your head. Give it 10 minutes, just do that. Stretch it out into an entire hour-long TV show. That's this. We begin on a Russian submarine during the 1980s, at the height of the Cold War. And apparently, some Russian soldiers have their fingers on the button. They prepare to launch nuclear warheads. They're stone-faced, they're grim. This looks like it could be it. For the homeland. Nope, surprise! They were kidding. They weren't actually going to launch. No, it was a drill. Yeah, it was a drill. I guess they were practicing their lines. You know, they just want to make sure that if they ever actually do have to launch the missiles, they'll be able to convey the appropriate gravitas. Just make it seem dramatic enough. Just, you know, seems like the right thing to do, right? I mean, you do it, right? If you ever had to rehearse an emergency, you know, or if you ever have to, say, practice doing CPR on something, you want to make sure you say the right things. You know, it's like live, live, live. You're not gonna die on me. You've never given up. You're doing this to the Resuscita Annie doll. Live. You've never given up on anything in your life. Now fight, damn you, fight. And on this submarine, by sheer coincidence, they happen to have a kindly professor who, for some reason or another, has managed to get a hold of a block of ice with a strange figure in it. Never seen that before, have we? And they think it's a mammoth. Yeah. They were sailing around the world. They managed to find a block of ice with this thing on it. They think it's a mammoth. Apparently, it's one of those seldom heard of tiny bipedal humanoid mammoths. Yeah. And of course, there's always some asshole on board who wants to thaw it out immediately. You know, he's like, Comrade Professor wants to wait until we get back to mainland. Well, I want to see what you are right now. He clicks on the flamethrower and he starts thawing it out. And of course, you know, yeah, the Ice Warrior breaks out. They're called Ice Warrior. This kind of alien. It's a Martian, and he's like a dude in armor, looks like a giant action figure, and so he breaks out, starts terrorizing the submarine, and somehow the submarine gets into trouble because of this. And then after we come back from the opening credits, they're spiraling down into the ocean. Their rudders are busted somehow or something, and the Doctor shows up. Yeah, the TARDIS just warps into existence on board the submarine, and the Doctor he screwed up yet again. He thought he was going to Las Vegas. How many times are we going to tell this damn joke before it gets old? I'll give you a hint. That time has come and gone. I am so sick of the Doctor showing up one place and coming out dressed inappropriately because he thought he was going someplace else. Why doesn't he know what he's doing by now? Is he just... Have the reports of his intelligence been greatly exaggerated? Is he actually sort of a special Time Lord? You know, one or a Time Lord savant who might be really intelligent in some areas, but in other areas he just can't quite do things like other Time Lords can. Alright, anyway, he shows up, nick of time. He manages to save the submarine, though he drops his sonic screwdriver, and here's another thing I'm wondering. What is the deal with the sonic screwdriver? I want to know, because this has been going on for decades, and I'd like to know, how does it work? How does he make it tell him things? And he picks it up, and he just like, ah, yes, of course, if I reverse the polarity of the neutron flow, I can turn the world to cheese. What is he looking at? What is it? This doesn't have a screen on it. There's no ticker tape coming out the end that he can read. What is he looking at? Is it this little green section here? Or What? How is he getting readings from this thing? Is it the noise? Is he interpreting the sonic signals or something? Like, happy, sad, angry, obtuse, happy, angry. How does he make this work for him? Well, anyway, he drops it somewhere, and that's a minor plot point, but he manages to save the submarine from spiraling down into the ocean, and they think that they're spies, that him and his kid sidekick are spies. The TARDIS has gone off somewhere because the Doctor screwed up again. And, of course, Clara is as adorable a gaming as ever. But they managed to capture the Ice Warrior. In the beginning of the show, he's really easy to subdue. Later on in the show, he'll be an unstoppable colossus. But right now, it's like comic books. After a while, you can get pretty sick of reading the same Superman stories over and over again because they will eventually recycle. It's been going on for so many years. The character can't grow beyond a certain point because then there'd be no character left, right? And it's just wrong, Character stories shouldn't be told that way. It's kind of that way with the Doctor. He keeps running through these same episodes, these same stories with the same problems. Both emotional and literal problems that he has to learn. How many times does he have to learn the same lessons? How many times does he have to learn not to distance himself from humanity? How many times does he have to learn not to leave the parking brake on the TARDIS? How many different times does he have to learn not to underestimate his own capacity for destruction? How many times does he have to be told that he's not God? How many times does he have to save the day only to realize that it was the little things that really mattered? How many times? I mean, this guy, it's like each new Doctor gets set back to his 0 level. Or something. There's no accumulation of wisdom. Maybe that's a Time Lord thing. I don't know. Where was I? Alright, so for some reason the Doctor can't talk to the alien directly. Because he's a soldier? No, what? Are we still doing that Time War thing? Okay, never mind. So they send Clara, of course, who's the least qualified person on Earth to do anything. But no, okay. And the Ice Warrior escapes from his armor, and he goes on a rampage throughout the ship. And this rampage consists primarily of doing what every single alien creature has ever done every time it has been in a complex of any kind, which is to hide up in the rafters and reach down with its hands, grab somebody by the head, and pull them up. Because apparently, if there's an alien monster around, there's at least 12 feet of clearance above them at all times for them to climb up then. And he does this a couple of times. Okay. And the first time it happens, the Doctor and Clara rush into a room and they find these corpses of these guys that the alien has torn apart to examine us, to find our weaknesses, even though it's been established by this point that all it wants to do is destroy everything with a nuclear weapon, since it sent out a distress call to its people that hasn't been answered. That's going to be important later. But here's the best part. I love this part. Clara and the kindly professor and the Doctor, they've just seen these two guys ripped to pieces. We don't actually see this. All we see is a bloody arm sort of sticking up, like you do. And they go chasing after the monster, and the Doctor says, Clara, okay, stay here. See, he's always on the verge of panicking, right? Because that's the Doctor nowadays. He's always on the verge of panicking. Okay, stay here. And, he's got his screwdriver out ahead of him because, again, that does something. And Clara says, okay, I'll stay here. And then the kindly professor notices that she seems kind of subdued. So, he asks her, what's wrong? What's wrong? They just saw two people literally ripped limb from limb, and he asks her what's wrong? What's right? And you know what? She doesn't even react to... she's just mildly put off by this. She just leans back and says, "Oh, you know, seeing those two guys torn to pieces just makes it all seem kind of real, you know?" The old guy's like, "You know what I do every time I'm feeling upset? I sing a song. Do you remember Duran Duran, Hungry Like a Wolf? Come on, sing a song. That'll make you feel better. Put that grin back on your face." I'm not going to sing the song. Sing the song. I'm not going to sing the song. Sing the song. Maybe later. You monsters! These people in the next room they're abstract art all over the walls. What? Oh my god. Well, anyway, while this idiocy is going on, guess what? The alien sneaks up and he grabs Amy by the head, and I guess he's about to pull her into the ceiling. But the kindly professor whips out his revolver and starts shooting into the ceiling. Yes, I like American music videos. I also like American firearms. Ho, you old codger. The alien's still up there. It just goes over to him, reaches down, and grabs him by the head. It's about to pull him up, but the doctor shows up and starts pointing his magic wand at it. Why doesn't the professor just shoot up? He's got his gun, right? No. And the alien starts talking about, "My people have not contacted me. I am all alone in the universe." And the doctor's on the verge of no, show them a new way, show them mercy, they are a young people just coming out of the muck, show them a new way. Oh, Tom Baker would not put up with this kind of bull crap. You know what? He'd waltz in there and offer them a snack, or he'd waltz up to the alien, offer him a snack, do something clever and save the day. What? Okay, but the alien has his finger on the doomsday button by this point, and the doctor's like, "I will destroy us all! I will destroy us all rather than let you destroy this planet!" And Clara, of course, brings up the alien's daughter, because when she was in a room with the alien, of course, like you do with every single time this happens, where there's a girl and an alien in a room, they bond. It happened with Rose Tyler and the Dalek. It's happening now. And think of your daughter, your little girl. You sung the songs of war and battle together. And the alien just keeps leaning towards the button. Well, maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't. And then, of course, his people show up in this giant flying saucer, great big Deus Ex Machina, and vacuum up the sub. I mean, they're still busted. I don't know how they're going to be able to move beyond that. I guess they'll figure it out. And they teleport the Ice Warrior up into the ship. Why didn't they respond to his distress call? Wasn't that the whole point? To let him know that they were coming? Why didn't they respond to his distress? If they heard his distress call, why didn't they send a response? Isn't that what he was waiting for? And why is this episode and the last episode both ended with singing? Yeah, she sings "Hungry Like a Wolf" for the old guy at the end, and I guess that wraps everything up. Oh yeah, a bunch of people got torn to bits. It's not so bad if you sing a song. Okay, I'm sorry, but this show really needs to start rising above mediocrity. I love Doctor Who, I love it, but it's kind of in a rut.